Hello! You found this video most likely because someone has asked you to create a LightStanza data file to share with them. Luckily, this is a fairly simple process that allows you to share 3D geometry from Revit and even things like light fixtures with IES files if desired. Step 1 is to go to lightstanza.com and download our free Revit plugin under the Resources tab. You can download the plugin from the Autodesk App Store, or you can do a direct download from us. Once you've downloaded that file, the next step is to install it. And after installation is complete, you're going to go to Revit and open up the project that you want to share with the person requesting your LightStanza data file. Once you're in Revit, you'll notice that you have a LightStanza tab up here at the top. Once you select that tab, the LightStanza plugin menu will open. And the button that we're interested in today to create the LightStanza data file is the Save to Disk button. Now it's important to remember that LightStanza is going to create this data file from your 3D view. So it's important that within your 3D view, you have your crop appropriate to the areas that you want to share in your LightStanza data file. So maybe I only wanted to share half of this building. I would do that by creating a crop box and cropping around the area that I want to share. For this exercise, we're just going to share the entire building, so I'm going to leave the entire area open. But now we've got this menu that pops up. And we try to provide the maximum amount of flexibility to you for the things that you want to share. So you can share this whole model if you wanted to. That's what you would select here. But maybe you don't want to share the whole model, in which case you would hit this room floor button, go to select, and this is what this menu looks like. So if I wanted to, I could share the entire first floor with somebody. I could share the entire second floor with somebody. Maybe I'm exporting just a few select spaces. Maybe I want this person to calc typical spaces for me. So I can select those individually here if I wanted to as well. I'm going to hit cancel on this because for this demo, we're going to export the entire model so you can see what that looks like. Once we've selected the spaces that we want to share, the next thing that we want to focus on is what categories we want to export. So here are our Revit categories. You can select what you want to export to this data file. Maybe you want to share casework. Maybe you want to share things like furniture and furniture systems with this person. You could select everything if you wanted to, or if you wanted to do a minimal export, you could hit minimal. That's only going to export things like floors, your light fixtures, roofs, your Revit links, walls, that type of information. But maybe this is an industrial project, so we'd want to export conduit runs and conduits because that's going to affect our light fixture placement. So it's really up to you to decide what information is important to share and select that here. Now that we've selected our categories, we can auto-create grids for the person you're sharing the LightStanza data file with. This may be important to them. So you can either uncheck this box if you don't want to create calc grids for them, or you can check this box and it will create the calc grids for them on export. And you can do that by room or spaces. You can also set the calc grid height for them. We default to 30 inches, but you can also set it to custom and enter a custom height. But don't worry, if you don't get this right, the person that you're sending it to can make changes to these heights very easily within LightStanza. The last thing we want to focus on is, do we want to send the light fixtures that we have in our Revit model in this LightStanza data file, or do we want to exclude that data? So by selecting this, you can choose whether to include or exclude that information. For this exercise, let's just go ahead and include it. Now that we've gone through and been specific about what information that we want to share, and we're confident that our selections are correct, we just hit the Save As button. And right now, LightStanza is converting the Revit model and that information that you selected to share into a LightStanza data file. This has already popped up and asked me where I want to save it and what I want to call it. I'm just going to go ahead and save it to my desktop, hit the Save button. And now if we go to my desktop, you can see that we have this LightStanza data file here, and this is what we would share with the person requesting this data file. So hopefully that was helpful for understanding how to generate a LightStanza data file from Revit. If you have any further questions, you can reach us at support@lightstanza.com, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you.